Okay.
So like Dalen, with that new office administrator that you have, like what did you ease them into kind of first for you to help you out personally as far as like taking things off your plate?
My day-to-day stressors, the little things. I talk with a friend of mine that owns a restoration company every morning because me and him are wired the same as far as what worries us, and it's strange that the big things and the say water coming from a ceiling on something we just worked on, I'm going to be able to navigate that and handle that better than I will sending an email. That's going to make me react and go into fight or flight more because it's just things that I can navigate through extreme chaos rather than the little things. So that's what I focused on to begin with is all the little things, the day to day, answering the phone. Nicole's given us a good kind of checklist script on how to navigate her day, and I've messed with it and I've made a short list uh, for weeks as we're progressing in because we've got the big picture, but I want to dial in. I've got like a priority short list that we work on, uh, and that's I've added a little bit to it each day as I see. Okay, she's got these things down. Really, the back office stuff, the little invoicing, answering the phone, talking with customers, following up on past dues. Um, what else? Let me look at this short list.
I appreciate that. It's I mean a lot of that I'm thinking the same way as long as your lines are. But
So
just it's nice to know.
with this week, or this is probably this month, is what we're focusing on is um, keep a constant check on emails, texts, voicemails, and missed calls. And I want her going into CMM bi-hourly because sometimes we get caught up and we'll accidentally read a text or something from C. Well, I've missed things and I just want her checking that. Keep a constant review on the schedule and let the guys know, hey, if something goes wrong, please let me know so that we can move things around. Because sometimes you go to a call, it's allotted for an hour and a half. It ends up taking 3. That messes everything up after that. So focus on that. Check in with technicians, not to badger, just to stay on schedule. One of our clients has third party invoicing where we have to copy, paste, upload, and save to their system. So she does that. Um, check with me for priority tasks. Anything that I need done that day, as far as going through and any jobs that were paid by check that I've taken in, I'll send to her. Reviews.
I want to talk about that one real quick, Dalen. Sorry.
Okay.
One thing that I find really vital to making sure that this role goes well is you're going to have this daily checklist, which is kind of what Dalen's going through right here, where it's like, hey, these are your priorities. This is your hit list. This is your day to day, that you're going to be doing, answering the phone, schedule appointments, going through collections. But there are probably going to be one-off things that pop up, where Dalen's like, hey, can you call this customer? Hey, can you order this? Or hey, or the office manager might come to you and say, hey, I need you to call blank, or I need you to handle whatever. Having a set agenda, and your coach can give you a very bare bones one. It's going to look pretty similar to the one that we have, but where those one-off things get written down, so that when you meet with the office manager the next time, you can pull up that agenda and you can get updates. Okay, did you get a hold of blank? And vice versa if they need you to do something. But having that central point of communication, even if you tell the office manager to do something and they do it right then and there, I still want it to hit that agenda just so we have a central place where all of those action items are getting done. We have the version history for it, and we can make sure to talk about it during that set meeting. What we want to avoid is the oh, well, I texted you that, or we talked about it, or I called you, or I put a sticky note on your desk, like those things are going to be likely to get missed, or we might talk about it briefly and then never circle back. And so having that set agenda for all action items that we review, and if something gets taken care of, we delete it off. It's going to save to the version history anyways, if you have a Google Doc. But I really see that being a big piece on making this role work really well.
And I totally agree. So I ordered a box of notepads, and I know that you like the docs and things. But you know how I feel about paper.
I know. It's okay.
And she's the same way. We've got all the software and we've got the communication. But the first week, last week, she was forgetting things. I was like, are you writing anything down? Like when I send you something, like you write it down and then you input it, then you get it in the system. But we need to write it down so we have that. And at the end of the day, we can review our notes and say, okay, I got all this done. So we've started that. Everything was delivered yesterday. That's crucial. And even the big scale businesses that I've worked for in the past that have 7-10 service trucks on the road, same thing. They have their systems and processes, they have the software, but they're writing it down so they don't forget.
Yes.
Like you just said, you have to have some form of documentation, secondary and priority.
Totally. There's a time where it would be rare that you would see a Redmond Growth employee without a clipboard in their hands. We were all like married to our clipboards. And it was because of that, where like if we're in a meeting and we don't have our computer in front of us, we just write it down and then we'd make sure it got put into the right place by the end of the day. And so I'm totally fine with paper as long as we have one central point of communication and accountability. It's beautiful.
I keep finding myself going back to that. So my belief is like any tool can really work as long as you use it, right? And I think the most important thing is having a rhythm with whatever tool that you use, right? I know for me, like I'm one of those business owner types that's like ADHD, can get distracted, whatever. And I don't really judge that. I used to judge that. I used to think that like I was somehow failing. Instead of judging it, what I do is I recognize that, hey, that tool may need to change for me at different times, right? Whatever that to-do list management system is. But I think there's like a few consistent things that regardless of what tool that you use, I don't really think the tool even matters so much, but I do find myself going back to like just using a notepad paper or like something that it's actually tactical. I've been doing it for a while and I just find myself, it's like my brain is like, oh, the digital method makes sense, right? I'll use a digital method. And then I'll find like the digital method creates friction because it requires like the fact that it just requires me opening something is a layer of friction that isn't really helpful. And so the tactile method, I don't know if tactile is the right word. What's the word that I'm looking for?
Tactile.
Not necessarily tactile. I'm looking for a specific word. Analog is the word I'm looking for. The analog method. But I also think it doesn't like matter so long as you find a tool that actually works. That where there's not a lot of friction around it. It's in front of you every day, and everything goes to it. How do you feel about paper? What's the story about paper?
Me?
Yeah,
I just love paper, dude. I
like it.
It's tangible. I can put it in my pocket. I don't have to have I can't fit this laptop in my back pocket. And I grew up in the information era, but I am just borderline mental with technology. I can't figure it out. I've tried. My wife makes it. She does things that blows my mind on the computer, helping me out. And I don't know. I've tried, and it's very frustrating. So I like paper. I can put it there, and then I can I can say, hey babe, can you do this? Can you put this here? And she handles that for me.
Nice.
Yes,
Well, I have to,
we have all the software, but I still have this portfolio that I keep, and I have all my papers that I keep up with monthly.
Oh, look at that gun safe, man.
Oh yeah.
I know. That's a pretty good one.
Yes. Yes.
I knew as soon as I saw that, I was like, Robert's about to jump over to that jump. Gonna say.
Dude, I need.
and I'll say,
a new one.
Taylor's not just you. I'm also the team. They'll back me up and saying that I'm one of the guys that wants us to move more to technology stuff to manage tasks and stuff anyways, but I still keep a day timer as well. There's something about having both, like a bit of a dual combo system. So Travis too. Yeah.
And then like for our team, we manage all our action items on a project management software. And we are moving in the direction of like moving more and more to using that, for more areas. Like even I use it with like projects that just I'm doing with one other person or like two other team members at times. And so like this is not an anti-digital thing, but I think there is a difference between having like a system to manage the activity in your business, and I'd recommend that being digital. But then there's a system to manage your daily focus, right? And I think that whatever system that you use, there's a few key components that system needs to have. I always go back to Chet Holmes's book, Ultimate Sales Machine. In that book, he talks about like how managers or owners, like it's unrealistic to think you can get more than 6 things done a day, right? I kind of think like he wrote that book, I think in like 1999 or the year 2000 or something, like, back towards the beginning of the information era. And I kind of think that just because of technology and how accessible owners and managers are, I think like, don't even try to do 6 things. Start with 3. Like, what are the 3 top priorities of the day? And I still really believe in putting that in a calendar, right? Whatever those priorities are, putting it in a calendar so that you actually have that time blocked out. So there's like a few consistent, regardless of the system that you use, there's a few consistent ways to manage that I think are important. I do think like the Eisenhower matrix is a incredible tool. I find myself using the Eisenhower matrix when I feel like I have all the stuff on my plate and I don't know for sure what to do next. And I notice that I'm avoiding everything because there's so much there. So I'll take a step back and say, okay, what is actually most important? What is most urgent? And that can really help clarify, hey, here are the 3 things or the 6 things or whatever's realistic to get done during that day.
Robert, I just wanted to show you this. If you like the gun safe, I don't know if you can read. Do you know what this is? Can you see the shoulder?
I know it's a shotgun. I can't see the shoulder though.
1959 Belgian Browning.
Oh my gosh.
Gold. And it's like brand new. This is the reason I bought the gun safe to begin with a few years ago.
Is that a semi-auto?
Yes, it's an A5, so it's the automatic 5.
Oh wow.
Bought it from the original owner that bought it brand new in 1959. It is
Wow.
It's
Dude.
freaking it's my upland gun. I go shoot quail and pheasant.
Yes, bro. So that's I like to hunt, but like if people ask, do you like to hunt? I say I like to bird hunt,
That's it.
Yeah, dude. Southern man.
Yeah. I'm not going to sit in the stand. I'll go sit in the blind and freeze my butt off. But
I'll tell you this too. We could actually, if anyone is interested, there is a pheasant hunting ranch. They also do quail and shuker. And here near Tulsa. And if anyone wanted to come to Tulsa to do like testimonial videos or whatever, I'd take anyone who is interested on a little like half-day hunt. It's a private ranch. It's pretty bare bones, but it's incredible experience. They have dogs, they have guides. They'll feed you a meal and it's only about an hour and 15 minutes north of Tulsa. I've got a number of times, and if it's not, season for a particular bird, you can go there. It's private. You can hunt any time of year. Would probably recommend doing that though in October, not anytime soon. That would be very miserable.
It's warm here.
Y'all can't see me because I'm working, but I will definitely go pheasant hunting. Tell me when.
Okay. So add Connor to the list.
Yeah,
Yep,
group
that's
pheasant
me.
hunt.
I think that would be great. It was actually a client who first took me out to this ranch, Eklund Heat and Air, and we just had a blast. I actually went with a guy, and he brought his recurve bow to go hunting pheasant. And if anyone doesn't know what a recurve bow is, it's like
Biggins.
Yeah, it's the type of bow that's like been around for like most of history, right? It's not a compound bow. It's just like a very traditional bow. And he was good, but I do think hunting birds with a bow is a great way to not get any birds on a hunting day. If you're looking to like not get anything. He got close. I was impressed. But yeah, so if anyone wants to bring a bow, they can. I would not recommend it. Hey, does anyone have any other questions? Kind of moving along here.
Everyone just wants to talk about hunting now.
Wait.
And the Generac jersey behind Justin.
Who's there in Clayton Fouch's screen?
Chris, project manager.
Chris,
Yes,
are
sir.
you the one who took us on the fishing trip?
Yes.
Okay, I thought I recognized you. Do you recognize me? Do you remember when I went down there with that group of guys?
Hey, I'm the best guy on the water. I remember.
Yeah, dude. Oh my gosh. This was last summer. Man, we're talking about hunting. This guy right here actually took me on a guided fishing trip in Lake Texoma. And it wasn't a great fishing day. I was only one of two people in our group who caught a fish, but I got something. So I had a great day.
Yeah.
It's good
Yeah.
to see you, man.
Good seeing you. Sorry, I just had my head down here doing these bids. We've been doing pretty good.
Yeah.
Good, man. That's really good to hear.
A lot
Yeah,
of leads.
this guy really does know everybody on Lake Texoma. Something that we noticed is that like everyone would slowly kind of like follow wherever our boat was going. It was
They
pretty
know.
fun.
Yeah.
That's great to have you. Well, hey, is Sean Sweeney on the call?
I see his name on the list. Currently muted, so I don't know if he's in a spot.
I think I wanted to talk a little bit about what Sean's dealing with pretty openly, just because I think we can.
I'm
Help
here,
him out.
guys. I'm just running around doing crazy stuff and trying to figure out how to work this screen. I was having
You're
an
all
issue
good,
with-
buddy. Are you able to talk for a little bit?
Yeah. Yeah.
So let me kind of say what I know, right? I was like talking to Nicole, talking to Katie a little bit this morning, just about some of the stuff you're dealing with.
Yeah.
And she got me up to speed, and I wanted to maybe just like workshop through some of that stuff on the call here. I think it could be really beneficial to a lot of other people. I think this is like the situation that you are in is unfortunately like a situation that's fairly common, right? But it's something that can definitely be overcome.
Okay.
So
That's what I want to hear.
yes. Yeah. So my understanding is we're dealing with some kind of marketing challenges, right?
Yeah.
Your Google local services leads are really expensive, so we turn those off. And then the only way that you're really generating leads right now is through calls that you get through your Google business profile, which so glad that's up, that there's nothing wrong there.
Yeah.
Your website, and then you're having luck on Angie's, right?
Yeah. So yesterday I kind of bit the bullet because I know that if I don't do anything, then I'm not going to get anything.
Yes.
And as far as
That's right.
as far as revenue and cash flow, I have none right now. So I was a bit afraid to, I get opportunities when my leads are turned off. I get opportunities, and if I select an opportunity and they send their information, I get charged for that lead. But then there's no guarantee that obviously that I'm going to get the job just because they agreed to have me contact them. So yesterday I bit the bullet and I said, all right, screw it. I'm just going to go ahead and put some interest out on the opportunities, and I got a couple back. So I set a couple appointments for Monday, but so we'll see how that goes. But as far as marketing goes, everything's a lot easier to do when you have some cash flow, and I just don't have any. So it's one of those chicken and egg situations.
It is kind of one of those
Standard.
situations. So it is kind of one of those situations, and that's and I'm really glad that you have that perspective, because it just means that you're looking at the problem the right way. That's one of the things that Nicole and I talked about this morning.
Okay.
Is it's like, hey, I need leads, but I can't spend money on marketing, right?
Yeah.
And so what do you do in that situation? So I want to talk about what you can do in that situation, but I want to see if you're open to talking, and I'm not going to get into like actual specific numbers, but I want to see if you're open to talking through a little bit of your P&L. I went through last year's P&L and this year's P&L. Because I'm almost concerned that this is like not a actual marketing problem. And it sounds like you may actually agree with me. And the reason why I say you may agree with me is because I hear you saying like, hey, I know that if we're not marketing, that we're not going to get leads, right? But I don't have revenue, right? Which makes it not so much of a marketing problem. Maybe there's some marketing stuff with like local services we're like working through or whatever. But it sounds like you are also on the same page and understanding that's more of like a revenue problem, a profitability problem.
Yes. Well, I mean, there's a host of reasons I would say that all this kind of stuff happens. I mean, I'm transitioning into 1-day bath, which the leads are much more expensive than my old shower door installation leads, and so the leads for 1-day baths are going to be somewhere in the $200 to $300 range per lead if we're doing a pay per lead type of program. And so with that being the case, shower door leads are $45. So if I got, but shower door is only going to produce, $800 to $1,000 of revenue or of, after, gross profit. So in order to get the same amount of return from a shower door, I would have to do, 10 of them in a week to equal one bathroom. So the problem is I'm used to money trickling in and trickling in and trickling in. And before I didn't used to charge enough. So my profitability was very low.
Right.
When I realized that, I changed course and started charging more for it. Got less jobs, but I was making more money per job. And then I decided to transition to this 1-day bath, and I didn't have the capital to do that, really, if I'm being honest, because if I had a little bit more cash flow, I'd be able to afford to market for it. And but then always when you're running low on funds, bad things tend to happen. Trucks breaking down, things like that. When we turned on our Google local service, or when I did the Google local service ads, they automatically turned them on, and immediately I got 2 leads for $640, which I didn't have.
So like $320 a lead? Not
It was one was 300, one was 340.
Okay.
And obviously Google doesn't return money back. They will, if they were going to do a refund, which they're not, they would just credit the account, which doesn't help my cash situation. So I'm really low on cash, and that is my problem, I believe.
Okay, so there's like kind of three things here I want to talk about. There's the marketing and like what we can do right now. Then there's there's specific P&L stuff that I've got questions about. Sounds like you, Nicole, have already solved a lot of that by fixing the way you're doing your estimates. You're running it through the cost plus system. You're asking great questions in the group chat this past week. Love that discussion that we had with Jordan Berry, and then Jameson jumped in on that discussion. Thought it was a great discussion. So we're making progress there. But the first thing I want to talk about is just the business model. Okay. Right? Just the business model. So walk me through, or help me maybe better understand. I like the move from the shower doors to the bathroom remodels, right? Ooh. That was a very smart move. That's a move that if you weren't already doing that, we would have told you need to do that, right? Ooh. The only question that I have is help me better understand why you're wanting to do the like 1 day bath remodel business model versus like a traditional maybe kitchen and bath remodel.
Well, number one, I have experience in bathrooms with the shower doors. But the shower doors kind of transitioned from shower doors to shower doors and bathroom vanities to, yeah, if you want a toilet, we'll do that too. To, hey, we can give you some flooring as a low cost alternative to a full bathroom remodel by just like jazzing up, the shower with the shower door and swapping out a vanity and, mirrors and things like that. So I was trying to market to people that didn't want to spend the money on a bathroom remodel. And so I gathered different suppliers and wholesalers that would sell products to me at a lower cost than what I could get them for retail. And, made some relationships, and we already kind of had a little bit of a reputation for doing that type of work. So I kind of just went with there, and then I found out about these shower walls, and I was trying to be the anti-rebath, big bath company.
Yeah.
I was trying to be the anti that. So I found the composite walls, and now everybody's doing composite walls. So then I just kind of tucked my tail and got contact with the main supplier of the acrylic walls. And I said, hey, if I keep on running leads for shower doors, I'm going to continue to do shower doors until I die. So I don't want to do that anymore. I want to switch over to, full bathroom remodel. Once I sold a couple of them, I realized the difference between, the size of the tickets and how much more I could make with doing less amounts of jobs. So I wouldn't have to worry about, I got to do 35 shower doors this month or else I can't meet my break even point. But I could do, 2 bathrooms and do that. So that's why I moved to the 1 day bath, because I'm more familiar with bathrooms and still kind of already had a reputation for it. And now I have, I met up with some installers. So now I have an install crew that can do 1 day bath. They're not, I'm sure they could do kitchens if we wanted them to do kitchens, but
1 day kitchen. No, I'm just kidding.
There's only one reason why you can't do 1 day kitchens, because countertops need to be customized, and it takes a while to order those. But yeah, we were thinking about how we could do 1 day kitchens, but it's not possible yet, unless people want to do stupid countertops like wooden countertops that we could cut on site kind of thing. But people don't want that.
So here's kind of my concern with the so first of all, I want to say this: you're moving in the right direction. If like any business owner that owns a handyman company comes to Redmond Grove, one of the first things that I want them doing is like becoming open to doing more than just handyman projects, right? Like more full scope, kitchen, bath, or whatever they have a specialty in type of projects. Reason why is for the same reasons. It's just, you can run the same business model, you can run almost all the same marketing, but you're just getting a much more valuable opportunity that provides much more consistent cash flow over a longer period of time. And it's not like this, hey, I have to get, 200 to 300 jobs a day model.
Yeah. Understood.
And so you're making the right decisions here. The only thing that I'm concerned about a little bit is with the business model is you said a second ago, like, hey, we're marketing to people who don't want to spend money on like a full bathroom remodel.
That's what we were doing.
What was that?
That's what we were doing.
Right. Well, it sounds like that's what's happening too with the one-day bathroom model people is, hey, I want to get a big bathroom improvement using, lower cost materials and a faster turnaround, right? Over a, like actual thorough full bathroom remodel. Here's what I'm getting at is part of my concern is that we are still marketing to an audience that is like really, really price sensitive, which is also causing the business to remain in this difficult revenue profitability position. What I am recommending is to consider still maybe valuing a unique value proposition of being able to do fast bathroom remodels, but being open to doing bathroom remodels, maybe like a more traditional bathroom remodel that includes like a higher quality flooring, like custom tile work, custom cabinetry, these different things, so that we are marketing to an audience that's a higher quality audience that is willing to spend more. And the reason why I'm saying that is because even with the one-day bathroom remodel business model, if you're in a position where you really need leads, but we don't have like a lot of revenue to capture those leads, then the only way that's going to solve the long-term marketing problem is if we can market enough to get enough leads to keep you doing like a new bathroom remodel every day.
Right.
And what I'm recommending is there's actually a better version of doing what you're already doing, which is what happens if we were doing a same amount of revenue you're bringing into the business, but you're doing 1 or 2 bathroom remodels a month, right? Over the like one everyday goal that you have right now. And so what I'm saying is, hey, I think we should maybe be marketing to an audience that's a higher quality audience that's willing to pay a little bit more, where you can make more profit and is not putting so much demand on your marketing right now.
This is the thing that this is the problem that I find myself in. I don't think that there's anything wrong with the marketing to the people that I want to market to. The problem is I'm not doing any marketing right now because I can't afford to. So
Right.
there's not even anything to compare it to. Like everybody asks me, how much are you spending on marketing? And I'm not spending anything on marketing because I don't have anything to spend on marketing. If I were, I'd like to find out how much I'm supposed to spend on marketing. And I know that's based on my revenue. And I guess I need to make a couple sales first before I can even start to think about how much I need to spend on marketing. The problem that I would have with the full custom tile work, bathroom remodel, higher end clientele type of situation is I have my install crew is an install crew that they do one-day bath. So they can do tile work and everything else. I guess I would have to sell it at a price point that would be possible to pay them the amount of money that they would need to do that type of work. Because being off for, or being on a job for 2-3 weeks is a lot different than doing 3 or 4 jobs a week.
Right. Yeah.
Hey,
And so,
Hey, Robert,
I got a question. I'm trying to figure out what's the price point on this 1 day shower that he's trying to sell. And
So
the only reason is because I do bathrooms, so I kind of have a question,
So
for
I
them.
ran the most inexpensive version of a 1-day bath project, which is like your basic white shower wall system with no grab bars, just your chrome shower fixture kit, which is a shower head and a handle, and that's it. No no accessories. Plain white, as basic as it gets, and it came out on the cost plus system to be $9,699. So that's going to be the lowest. That's going to be the lowest price point, and I may be able to do some type of advertising like that that says starting at, so people already know, so they won't call me if they're not willing to spend $9,000 on a shower.
Where are you located at?
Maryland.
He's in the Baltimore area.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the only reason I ask, right, is because I compete with 1-day showers a lot. And so, for instance, one of the showers that I sold, it was a tub to shower conversion. They were getting sold just the shower, the 1-day shower, for $30,000.
Yeah, that would be your rebath and your West Shore Homes and your bath fitters and all the big bath companies that I was mentioning before. They do crazy prices. My install crew shows me invoices from the jobs that they do, and I'm like, I don't understand how they get that much for, but they have a different sales process, and I guess it works.
Well, I guess the ones that are getting it are more the name brand companies. Because a lot of the other companies, they can't compete. I mean, I don't know if it's just because of the name that they built up, right? But a lot of the mom and pop shops can't compete. The only reason I'm able to take work from them when I do is because we're doing the full bathroom install or full bathroom remodel. So you're talking about vanities, lights, flooring, and such. Like
Yeah,
Robert was.
and we can do that stuff too. I priced one out a couple weeks ago. I did an estimate for a customer who wanted the whole shebang. They wanted flooring, they wanted a toilet, they wanted a vanity, they wanted a shower. They had a rebath installed in there already, and my price to them was it was just under $20,000 for that entire bathroom with a 1-day bath type shower in there, and some LVP flooring and a basic 24-inch vanity and a new toilet, and they needed to replace the toilet flange through my subcontracting plumbing company because their toilet flange was leaking into their ceiling in their living room. And I told them it was going to be 19. It was like 19.8. It was just under $20,000 for the whole bathroom remodel, and they told me that the other quotes that they got were half of what mine was.
So I very much actually appreciate that. I didn't know Adam was on the call. I was actually hoping Adam was on the call because I knew that he has gone through this transition that I'm recommending. And here's what I'm getting at, Sean, is in a lot of the feedback that you're given, and this is something just to think about, right? I'm not asking you to make a decision on this like group call in front of everybody right here.
Yeah.
But in a lot of the feedback you were giving me, I heard things like, I want to be the lowest cost guy. I want to work with the customers that like don't want to spend, a whole lot with the other companies. These other companies are charging so much, and I want to be, the guy that comes in and does it at the lower price. And it's like you're marketing to a scarcity audience, and the result is that your business is in scarcity.
I understand what you're saying. I wasn't aware that I was putting off that vibe because I don't want to be the lowest cost guy. I don't want to be the highest cost guy either, but
yeah,
I use the same materials as these bigger companies use. I know that they have contracts with the same companies that I have my contract with, as far as not contract, but my supplier.
Right.
BCI Bathroom Concepts is the number one supplier. They supply, I believe they supply Rebath. I believe they supplied Long Home, which is a big competitor in our area. And all the major companies, they use BCI acrylic walls, and I also can use BCI acrylic walls, but I have a couple other options also.
So that's something I want you to think about and reflect on, but that isn't going to solve your problem today. And now I want to talk about like how we solve your problem today, right?
Okay.
So I don't want it to be a harsh message. I just want it to be like a real clear picture, right? Your business, I believe, is a reflection. Like if you were to look at your P&L, something my dad said. I remember when I joined him in 2016. I knew a little bit about business, but I didn't know how to read P&Ls or do any of this stuff. And I remember my dad said, Robert, you're going to learn that whenever you are reading a P&L, that it's a reflection of emotional and behavioral decisions, not accounting ones.
Okay.
Right. And what I'm getting at with that is that I believe that your P&L is reflective, not necessarily of you, as much as it is the market that your audience, that the audience that you're marketing to, right? It's a scarcity audience. What I mean by scarcity audience, I can only do this $10,000 thing, or can you do it for maybe 5,000? And no, dude, there's a whole nother echelon of audience out there that is looking to do $50,000 and $100,000 bathroom remodels, and they're willing to pay you, 30% in contractor fees to do that for them. And I know that because my remodeling company does that, right? Adam is a great testament to that as well. There's a lot of people on here that's a testament to that. And they are in Baltimore, dude. These people are in Baltimore. But I think first it requires a change of focus, right? We're not being proud of being the lowest price guy in town, right? We're being proud of not being the lowest price guy, not being the highest price guy either, not taking advantage of people. But I have an incredible crew. They are very good at what they do. We get bathrooms turned around fast, and we use high quality materials in the process. I run this cost plus system so that you are only charging what it costs. I keep you up to date on where every single cent is going. We're leaning into those unique selling propositions over like, hey, I can get your bathroom done, tomorrow for the lowest price, right? And you don't seem like a guy who's like a scarcity minded guy, but some of the things that you were saying kind of made me wonder like, oh, maybe that's the subconscious direction that we're like planning the business in without realizing it. So that's just a longer term thing to think about, right? Short term, what can you do now? So I see there being like really two options, and they're not fun. I see there being two kinds of options, and they're not fun.
They got to be more fun than this.
They're general options, but brother, they are things that I have personally had to do myself.
Mm-hmm.
There are things that I have had to do in my own construction business, and if you're willing to do it, it can work. I think this is, Sean, your entrepreneurial rite of passage season.
Okay.
I think as entrepreneurs, we go through seasons of immense difficulty that I think is necessary in the long term to go through to become a successful, wealthy, capable contractor, right? But it's this season that you're going through right now that is going to define that story going forward. And the season is, what are you willing to do, right, to get out of this? What are you willing to do to get out of this? Option number one is to find a way to get funding. So let me tell you what I did, right?
And then I'll tell you what I'm doing.
Yeah, I didn't want the high interest shark loans. I talked to, dozens of lenders, and they were offering me these, same day get funded, 24-hour, whatever deals.
Yep.
And that sounded great. And then I saw that they were charging 80% interest.
Yeah,
and they wanted to do like 12, 18-month payment terms, weekly payments. They wanted to do a portion of revenue. That's going to kill your business. That is a death sentence. Yep. Right? So we got to stay away from those. So then what does our options become? Your options become reaching out to anyone in your personal network that has money that could give you a reasonable loan, right? Which is what I did. I reached out to some family and friends, right? The second option is opening a credit card or a credit line of some sort and being willing to take your bet on yourself in the short term. Ideally, opening up a credit card that may not have any interest for like the next 12 months. Again, not fun options, but that's the two things I did.
Okay.
Our builders was going through a really tough time. I reached out to family, got some funding, opened up a credit card, spent $15,000 on marketing. We turned the business around.
Yeah, that would be awesome. So what I'm doing is I've already done those. Except for I did it when I still had a business partner, and we're not business partners anymore. He left because he couldn't hang. He couldn't handle the bad season.
I get it.
And in order to keep my business and not declare bankruptcy and go get a job, I worked with a company called Stacking Capital, who's supposed to help me fix my credit, because during those bad, difficult times, I exhausted all of the finances that I had personally. And I had to take, me and my partner, we took an MCA loan, one of those bad loans you were just talking about.
Yep.
And I still owed money on that after all of our money was gone. And I had to take another loan, which my mother actually co-signed and put her house up as collateral to do a business loan, under the assumption that Stacking Capital is going to help me build my business credit to get fundable, so that I can get one of these, up to $100,000 lines of credit at 0% interest for 18 months, blah, 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 blah. So I'm working on getting that. The only problem is my personal credit is so damaged by all of the not paying bills during our hard times that I need to pay down some of my personal credit before anybody would offer me any kind of business line. So my options are, I can go get an MCA loan. I don't have any more family or friends that have any money that would be able to loan me any money. And my personal credit's so bad right now that I can't get anything on my own except for probably an MCA, but I already have one of those that cost me about $1,300 a week. So I gotta fill that nut. So and now that I'm selling these jobs, if I'm not selling a job, $1,300 a week adds up real quick. So by the time I do sell one, I'm in a position where I'm just paying back that thing, and then I don't have any more money left over.
So that's where the higher quality audience comes in, like marketing where you do have money left over. And that's also where making sure that we're running that cost plus system on all jobs going forward comes in, right? Because I think what happened is it's like borrowed money. You got new jobs, but there was still so much in your overhead, so much loan payments that you were having to make. All your profits were going through those. So we have to fix that problem by, I think, marketing to an audience where you have more profit potential. So the second thing that you can do is start really pounding the phones, pounding the pavement, and reaching out to, number one, any sort of past leads and customers that you haven't talked to in a long time. Number two, what you can do is you can go to Claude or whatever AI tool that you use.
Right.
You can scrape the data for any customer that filed some sort of residential building permit in your county, because it's all public data over the last, you can set the time frame on it, and start calling those people as well, asking them if you could, most of them are going to already have a contractor. Most of them aren't going to be interested, but you're going to find people that if you say, hey, my name is Sean, I'm with Mako Shower and Bath, saw that you filed a building permit. That's how I got your options. A lot of people around here are wanting to choose us for these reasons. I wanted to see if we could give you just one more estimate or proposal on your project.
I see.
So the second not so fun way is it's going to require, that's what I mean, entrepreneurial rite of passage, bro. It's it's not going to be like this forever. It's not going to be like this at all forever. We can fix your credit. You can become profitable. Like the future is bright. We just got to figure out a way to make it by now. And unfortunately, if there isn't really anything we can do to invest in marketing, then our options are fairly limited. But to make your time a high percentage play, what we want to do is we can say, hey, who are the most ideal and likely people that are willing to buy from us? Well, they're people that are already filing a building permit to do a bathroom remodel, right? And if we were to go to those people and start, pounding them, making, 30, 40, 50 calls a day to these people, right? Blocking out a couple of hours, you're going to find proposal opportunities. It's going to require you to be able to face a lot of rejection. I did a lot of cold calling. That's how we built Redmond Growth in the early days, right? But it's like you emotionally detach from it. You don't care at all what they say on the phone, and it's a numbers play. And we're putting together a good script. Nicole can help you put together that good script. She started a cold calling for us too, right? But it's reaching out to your past leads. It's, hey, who have you done proposals for that went dark on you, right? Who have you done walkthroughs for that said not right now, right? We're starting with a high percentage fruit. Let's start with those people first. We're thinking about who are people that have talked to me, friends, family, people that I've had conversations with over the years, sent me a random text, never text me back, right? About possible, interest in getting a bathroom done. It's like we're first reaching out to those, and then we're scraping the data from using AI to scrape data and then calling those. Now, the only other thing digital marketing wise that I think you could do that I do think is working for you is really focus on your Google business profile as well. I was actually talking to Dalen Hall about this recently, and Dalen kind of had a cool win. Dalen, do you want to share that real quick? How you got like 14 reviews in a couple of weeks? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm definitely pounding that. The reviews are definitely coming in.
Good.
Hey, Robert, one thing that I want to share with you, and I'm sorry to interrupt you again.
You're good.
On too that I didn't know that it worked until I did it. Is if you guys, for everybody that's on here, if you guys haven't taken the time to get with ChatGPT, it's going to take you some time, so you might want to break it up in different sessions. But you have ChatGPT interview you, so you have to prompt it right. But you have it interview you as a company, and once it interviews you, I mean, it's like I think I went to 55 different questions that it asks you. Some of them are repetitive, but answer them, because then all that information embeds itself into ChatGPT, Google AI, and everything else. I didn't know that's how it was, but I'm being founded by ChatGPT or by customers through ChatGPT. So if it worked for you, if you guys are willing to take the time and put it in, it's been working. We get calls, people say they found it on ChatGPT, or they say that they were highly referred. I was like, well, who referred you? ChatGPT. And I was like, okay. But
so I very much support that process. I will say, Adam, I don't think those customers are finding you because of your individual conversation that you had with ChatGPT. They're finding you likely because of your citations online. So that's like your Google business profile. Maybe if you have like a Yelp page or, that kind of stuff. It's your citations online. And then also just organic SEO, like traditional SEO can help with that as well. And so that's great to hear. That means you're doing, the right things digital marketing wise. But I do believe in the process that Adam just recommended so that just the tool can know you and your business better. I have actually at different time, I have like created huge documents where I explained our entire business. Like, what is Redmond Growth? How long have we been around? How is our team set up? What are the packages that we buy? What are the kinds of contractors that we work with? I really personally like Claude a little bit. I like Claude's reasoning capability. And the thing I like about Claude as well, I think you can do this with ChatGPT, but I really like building Claude projects. Like you can make a project called, the Mako Business Project, right? And in that project, you could do what Adam says. You can send it your website. You can send it any sort of like your one sheet or any other additional information that you can upload, anything about your business. You can send it, biz that you've done. You can tell it about, hey, we did business this way. Now we're doing a cost plus system, working with this team, Redmond Growth, yada, yada, yada. So that it gets to know your business. But I do also recommend having it ask you questions, uploading all that information and say, what else do you need to know my business? Ask me interview style questions, one question at a time, and I'll reply to each one. Another little hack in case it's valuable for anyone. I'm a big advocate of a tool called WhisperFlow. Maybe you've seen people talking about this on social media. WhisperFlow is probably the best voice to text software out there. And what I do is I get on my computer, I hold one button and I just talk. I just yap away, and like you can answer the questions a lot faster that way. And Whisperflow, you can use any microphone, right? You could even use there's a built-in microphone in these tools. But the thing I like about Whisperflow is that it's probably the best at understanding how to format text when you're just openly talking. Claude makes a lot of errors I found when I'm doing the voice to text thing, and Whisperflow does a lot better job. I just hold one button down, I talk, I answer the questions. You'll be able to move through that a lot faster. Warning. AI tools are a real great way to get caught up in shiny object syndrome. What do I mean by that? Shiny object syndrome is like you're like nerding out on the tool and you're like, oh, let me see what it can tell me about this or that. And then you get lost into like looking into data insights that have like no relevance to solving the current problem. Like I've been a guy that have like 3 hours have gone by and I'm like, dude, what am I doing? You know, like what did I even just do? It's not like it feels like work, right? But it's not actually relevant. And so that's what I would recommend doing. Start with the lowest hanging fruit. What's the lowest hanging fruit? Who have you talked to? Who has said something? Who has made a call, a text message, past lead, people you gave proposals to, never heard back from? Pound the pavement. Get a hold of every single person, email, call, text, until you hear that they say no. Until they say no, they're an open opportunity for you. That's going to be the first place that I start. From there, I'd do this like uploading of business information that Adam's talking about. I'd have it interview you, and then I'd say, hey, I want you to scrape all the permit data from anyone that's filed residential bathroom permits in the last month in whatever Baltimore County or whatever county you live in.
Yeah. Also have a home show that I'm apparently not able to get out of in October.
So home shows is if you work a home show the right way, you can book deals from it. But you gotta work it the right way. And what I mean by working it the right way is you got to have number one, a reason why people would go to your table.
Yep.
Ideally you would put some effort into building the table until make it look attractive, right? I don't know if you ever watched The Office, but there's that one episode where like the Dunder Mifflin like goes to a trade show and they like have a blue cloth with like one sheet of paper on it and they just get ignored. You know what I mean? And so like making it attract, like put effort into it. That would be worth it, right? Have a reason why people would there. What's the reason? Maybe do a giveaway, maybe do like a free bathroom remodel, right? 1 day bathroom remodel, 1 day shower replacement. Like do something ridiculous that's going to actually cost you something, maybe not cost you something up front, right? But would get a lot of names on a list. And when those people are filling out the shows, you want to have I want to call it like a sales process, but you want to have like a list of probing questions, right? That orient the person towards actually booking an appointment with you, knowing that they're going to be very reluctant to talk to you.
Yeah. Yeah. I learned a lot the hard way about what not to do at a home show.
Good.
By doing my first one. And apparently I signed some kind of agreement where I was contracted to attend another home show.
Yeah, that sucks. But you can maybe it will turn into a beneficial opportunity for you.
Yeah, I just need to get the money up to go to the home show.
Yeah.
Well, either way I'm going to be charged for it, but I don't know.
That's what I do. I'd start like, man, I'm going to blitz the phone. And what's the goal here? The goal is to just get as many proposal opportunities as possible.
Yep.
Right. Be smart. There's like a lot more I want to say, but we're running out of time. Be smart in the way that you're going about that. Meaning that when we're calling people, we're giving them a reason. Hey, I know you probably already have a contractor, but I wanted to see if you'd be open to another bid opportunity. Here's why. Number one, I can get this job done for you probably a lot faster. How can I do that? Here's how can I do that. My crews are trained. I got access to materials, lower, quality pricing, right? Number two, and we go through those reasons.
Yeah.
And so if you'd be open to it, I could swing by at some point today or tomorrow, get the scope, give you a proposal, If you're not interested in it, you want to work with your current guy, totally fine. Just want to throw that out there for you if you'd be open to it.
Yeah, I got it.
It's the entrepreneurial rite of passage, brother. It's like the make it or break it. It's uncomfortable. It's not fun. It's not going to stay this way forever.
I know it.
You know, but I feel like it's like, what are you willing to do in the process? Right. And you seem like a guy that's willing to do it. You've always seemed like that kind of guy to me.
I appreciate it.
All right. Adam, super appreciate your feedback here, man. Really helpful stuff.
Thank you, Robert.
All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and wrap up today. Really good questions here. Yeah, if you're new here, welcome to the group call. We like to end kind of in a fun way. What I do is I have everyone unmute your mics. So everyone unmute your mic, and then I count down 3, 2, 1. Then after I say 1, we all say the word growth, like Redmond growth on 3. Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Bro.
Okay, guys.
Hey,
Have a
Robert.
great rest of the week.